Hi, I'm Laurie, flying start to driving. Many learner drivers, indeed some experienced ones, find large multi-lane roundabouts to be challenging to say the least. Well, in this short video I hope to show that by following just a few key principles you can actually tame these roundabouts and begin to drive them with confidence, maybe even enjoy them. Now the first principle is plan ahead, and within that you should know where you're going. Now that may be obvious, but not just the destination place name but also the road number, because one, but probably not both, may be painted on the roundabout, on the ground in the roundabout, and that will help you determine whether you're in the best lane. Now if you don't know both, then when you can read the roundabout signs, the direction signs, pick up the other information that you don't know. Second key principle is to maintain 360-degree awareness of everybody else that's in the roundabout with you. And the third key principle is to keep track of your progress around the roundabout. Maintain an awareness of the orientation of your exit with respect to where you've got to. That's actually sometimes easier said than done, needs practice. Now I'm going to be turning right at this roundabout that's coming up, just letting that bus move out, because as a good driver it's good to let the public transport vehicles have priority. So I'm going to be turning right and following the directions towards the A406 East, which I've also seen on the signs goes to places like Ilford and Gants Hill. So whatever is painted on the road, if anything, I'll know that I'm in the best lane or not. And one of the things that's said in the highway code is that if you're going ahead, the picture in the highway code shows following the left-hand lane. Now you may or may not be able to see as we drive around this roundabout that if you'd approached in the left-hand lane, going ahead wouldn't be easy. It's easier from the middle lane if there is one on approach. The left-hand lane tends to point at the first exit in these bigger roundabouts, so that's another little bit of a snippet of information for you. But we're not going ahead, we're turning to the right, following the A406 East, which you probably could see on the road just then. Now, normally you would go into the innermost lane for a right turn, but I'm going to use this lane, which is going to mean that I have already done some spiralling out towards my exit. And here I'm going to spiral out a little bit more across this piece of road with no lane markings, and now as I approach the second exit I'm already on the left, in the left-hand lane, which is exactly what I want for my exit, the third. And you'll have seen in the roundabout that the A406 East was painted on the lane I followed, and also other lanes, so there is some flexibility. But I reckon that the lanes that I followed around made the job as easy as it can be. Now, the next roundabout we're going to come to is called the... I'm just going to check mirrors and pull out to get past this bus, because the speed limit goes to 50 miles an hour down here, and there's no point in sitting behind a bus if it's only doing 30 or 35 when I can be doing 50. So the next roundabout down here is called the Charlie Brown roundabout. Both this one and the previous one, the Waterworks corner as it was called, are used by tests from Wanstead in northeast London. So if that's where you might take your test, then this video may be particularly relevant. Now the next roundabout is Charlie Brown, as I say, and we're going to try and pretend we've never been there before, and I'm going to try and find the destination exit that will take me to Snaresbrook. I don't know the road number, so I'm going to look on the signs and see where Snaresbrook is, find the road number, any other information that may help as part of my planning ahead. Now thinking about planning ahead, I've got a stationary milk float ahead of me, blocking my lane, so careful checks and moving out early to get past it. So the earlier you see things like that, the better, because you'll be on top of them in seconds at this kind of speed. Vehicle ahead is pulling off the road, but it will be out of my way, but again I would have been looking for that. Now to focus on the roundabout, I can now read Snaresbrook is the A113 and it is to the right, so mirrors checked, signalling and moving across. And if you look up to the left, there's a sign with arrows on it, and that's showing again that to go ahead from the left-hand lane, like the highway code picture, is not recommended. It showed there that in the left-hand lane would be for turning left. So into the roundabout, I'm in the right-hand lane, I'm looking into the roundabout, it's got fewer lanes than the last one, so I will use the innermost lane here, and also I'm staying just behind the entry give-way line such that any traffic to my left could see into the roundabout, and that maintains the flow of traffic. Now here I've got a break in the lanes, so I'm going to use this break in the lane markings to do some spiralling, so that just like the last one, by the time I'm passing the second exit, I'm already on the left in the lane that will take me to the third exit. And you may be able to see A113, Snaresbrook, Wanstead, South Woodford, all those destinations, either on the road or on the signs. And that's the Charlie Brown roundabout. And now I'm heading back to the Wanstead Test Centre, and if I'd just done what I'd done on my test, hopefully I would have been successful. So, thank you for watching, hope it's been helpful.